All right, guys, welcome back. Let's talk a little bit about the markets today. I mean, I did try and give some information regarding the little coin that we created the other day, the little token that we created the other day. I didn't see much engagement on the video. Probably it's because it's 45 minutes long, so I'm going to try and keep this as short as possible, right? One shot, no cut, no nothing. I might add some music at the end, but that's about it. I don't want to go too deep into what's going on. What I'll probably do is do a nice little live stream and get everybody on the live stream, and then do some Q&As and whatnot, right? But right now I want to talk about the market. What I want to talk about is the market itself is now $1.5 trillion. So the entire global total market cap right now is $1.51 trillion to be precise, right? Just gone up right now by another $700 million, right? Which is brilliant. I mean, now it's $1 billion, right? $1 billion just got added onto the market. So the market is pumping. BTC currently showing at $42,310, right? So it's kind of finding new resistance areas, and these are micro resistance. I won't worry too much about it because the major resistance is currently at the $48,000 level. So let's see where that goes. Ethereum is holding stable, so I'm not too concerned, because the only thing that concerns me is Ethereum shows me a shift in the pattern of the momentum and it tries to go and test that 2142 level, then things will be a little bit iffy, right? But so far everything's been looking good. Obviously a lot of you guys may have been looking at the charts, looking at your MACDs, looking at your RSIs and looking at whatnot, right? You know, whatever top level indicators that you use on your trading view or whoever influencers you follow. And sometimes some people are going to be bullish, and you know, a lot of people are going to be like, oh my god, it's bloody today, right? That's it, everybody exit, get the hell out, right? But as I said yesterday as well, in yesterday's video, sometimes guys, when you see the market looking a bit iffy on a slight bigger time frame, zoom in, so then you can see what's really happening on those particular candles. So, you know, go to your 12 hours, 8 hours, 6 hour, 4 hour, 1 hour, whatever it be, right? Just to kind of see what's happening within that time frame. So what I mean by that is, say for example, you're looking at your daily charts, right? Great. It's not really giving you much information apart from what price it opened, you know, and what price is going to close. That's it. That's all you're getting, your 24-hour data. But if you want to see what's happening within that 24 hours, you've got to go into a lower time frame. So for example, you go to your 12 hours. Now, all of a sudden in 12 hours, you don't really see much movement either, because it's not the most reliable. So what you do, you jump into your 8 hours, right? That could be your trading session. But again, you're not getting the most reliable data. You don't really know what's happening right now, right? What's the sentiment right now? So then you jump into your 6 hours, for example, right? Or your 4 hours. And, you know, you start seeing a little bit more accurate data. You start seeing the sentiment a little bit more accurately, right? But again, they are also bearish. Oh my days, now what, right? Every single timeline I've gone to is bearish. Well, the last resort is go to your hourly timeline and see what that is doing, right? So when you start looking at that and you start noticing a pattern, that will then make total sense to you. It's like, okay, right, okay, might be bearish on the 4 hourly because it's a greater number, but when I break that number down to the 4 hours, I can see that I've had 1, 2, 3 reds, and the next one is now becoming green. So that gives us a sign that we are actually becoming green again, right? So you can use those kind of a method to kind of see, you know, zoom in to see exactly what's going on the chart at that current moment. So you can make a decision, right? Am I going to be in or am I going to be out? Because what you're going to find is each time zone has its own support and resistance levels. So jump into this. Sorry guys, the lighting isn't great. It is actually only about 20 minutes past 4 p.m. here in UK, but it's already like very dark. So yeah, and I'm driving. So as usual, it goes then. I'll do a nice little intro video for the channel intro, so a lot of people know who I am, what I do, and why I do videos like this, right? You know, instead of sitting in a studio with a green screen behind me, right? Just trying to keep it real. That's all it is. So yeah, that's what it is. So when you do your buy and sell, or you want to see what the market is doing, sometimes it's good to just zoom in and look at those support and resistance level, because if you break the say hourly timeline, if you fall onto a support, and if that support is being broken, then you know that higher time frame is always going to be bearish as well, right? Also going to be bearish. So if the 4 hourly timeline, now you zoom out and you see, okay, now I want to see what's going on. So in order to find bearish and bullish patterns, you've got to zoom in or zoom out depending on what your pattern is, like what your trading pattern is, right? You know, are you one of those that goes in and out and does whatever, or are you hodling but you're quite unsure? It's like, okay, you know, I've bought this, I'm in profit, I want to keep my profit, But what's the market doing around? Is it really bloody? Is it pointing bloody? Is it good time to exit? And a lot of the time you'll find the signals are right there. The candles are just pointing at you and telling you what's going on. So you don't need any pro indicators and this and that. I've even said to people that, look, I've gone to the point where I don't even bother with indicators anymore. The only indicator I look at right now is my support resistance clusters. It's a custom one, but you can have any basic support resistance clusters, right? So if you just look for SR or support resistance, you'll find it anyway. So that pretty much everyone's got it. It's a very basic one. Mine's colored a little bit, but it's basic. So you got that one. And then you've got the stochastic RSI. It's the same indicator. I've got one that's from somebody else. I can't remember who, but they've combined them both together. Brilliant. Rather than me having two separate indicators, I've got this. So when I open my chart, that's all you get to see. One indicator showing me support resistance clusters on all the time frames, and then another one just showing me what the sentiment is. That's it. I don't need anything. I don't care, right? That's how I've been navigating this market. Hence why this year, this Black Friday, I didn't renew my thing, because I usually, the first time I bought, the first time I bought my TradingView account, and I waited for this, right? I actually opened it during a Black Friday sale, and I remember it was like some pathetic small amount of money. So I had a pro account, like the top level you can have, for like some stupid money, right? And I've had it since then. So I've always had it. I've always recommended it to people. I said, guys, if you do want the biggest discounts for TradingView and you want to use it professionally, then use this. But now, last few months, probably longer than that, I've been telling everyone, guys, forget it. You don't need it, right? You don't need it. You don't need the premium version. You can use the free version. In fact, you can just use your Binance Exchange version or any exchange version, right? You don't really need the thing, because if you're only using minimal indicators, why are you paying for all of the others for? Because they're not really going to fine tune it for you for trading crypto, right? Because we are more sentiment based, right? We're not database and this and that. Oh, company performance is going to do this. No, we're not tracking companies here. We're not tracking anything here. This is crypto, right? You have ups and you have downs, full stop, right? You sell when it's up and you buy when it's down. So that's what I'm looking at. The market, as you know, it's just looking brilliant right now. We've got to 42,385 and we're pumping. Market has just entered. So the total market, we've had $3.2 billion enter the market. Current market cap is total market cap is 1.52 trillion. The data may vary. If you go to coin market cap, you might see slightly higher, because they are tracking a lot more coins. It's all to do with how many coins TradingView is tracking. So remember this also, guys. We could have right now $2 trillion in the market and we would have no idea. The reason is because the data that's being provided to us regarding its Glassnode, regarding its CoinGlass, whether it's sentiment, whether it's CryptoQuant, whether it's CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, doesn't matter who it is, right? We're only getting the data they're providing to us and the coins they're tracking. Does that make sense, right? So what you have to always understand is that, look, there's 2 million plus coins according to CoinMarketCap, but that's probably the coins they're tracking. But we could easily have 3 million coins right now, and 1 million is probably not being tracked, right? So you don't know what the data is for that one. Like, for example, when I talk about not being tracked, right? There's one coin that we released, and we talked about it yesterday on the video, that we released just for fun. That is not being tracked. That is not being tracked because we haven't listed it on CoinMarketCap yet. Right? There are certain criteria you need to meet. So once we do that, then we get listed, then we get tracked, right? But until then, no one's tracking us, right? No DEX tools, nothing. Nobody is tracking us because that coin hasn't got a pair yet, right? So a coin can exist, billions of coins can exist, right? But no one will track you unless they're in other people's wallet, unless there's movement, unless there's transactions, unless there's transfers, right? Unless there's buying and selling. And buying and selling is not that important, but buying and selling also give you the market capitalization, tells everybody what the value of this particular project is, right? So all of these things, just think about it. That's the real fact, right? That when we see $1.52 trillion right now, that data, we have to kind of just take it with a bit of pinch of salt, because that's not the real data. It's only the data that has been provided to us by that specific company. All right, it's all about the facts, guys. It's all about the facts, right? The facts right now is TradingView is only displaying a total market cap of $1.52 trillion, all right, based on whatever it's tracking. That's the fact, right? So let's be real here, right? I don't want people to go in and fall into this like kind of phase where like, oh, this is bad news or this is good news, right? Or get too excited or get too depressed. Guys, we don't need that. If we're real, we don't need none of that. So that's what I'm seeing right now. Right, so market's looking fantastic. I'm not complaining. I mean, some of the coins that I've been tracking are performing really well. One of the coins that I've been tracking, and I know a lot of you guys are going to say something's not right about this guy. Why the hell is he pointing at this one coin? Why the hell does he keep on look at that chart for one coin? Well, I'll tell you why, right? So the particular coin that I started looking at, and I noticed how the trend was, right? So it was all trend based, like. And I'm one of those that if I say I'm going to do something, I'll do it, right? So I was playing the trends. I see it go up 10% every day, come down 10%, up 10%, down 10%. This is lucrative. So I've done a whole bunch of repeat trades of this, right? That's all done. Then what I did was, once I made enough cash, I took my initial out, right? I took my initial out. So all my initial was already paid off, right? Within the last 2-3 weeks, since I've been playing in and out, it's almost every day I've been in and out, in and out, in and out, right? I've accumulated enough to take my initial investment out. Now, my initial investment is totally out. Then what I did was I saw the market was kind of showing signs of weakness. So when I saw that, I expected a dump of about 10-15%. I got lucky and I got a dump of around 20%, right? Which is really good. So at that time, I opened a leverage trade, right? Not too much, just a little 10x, right? Opened a leverage trade, because it's available. It's available to leverage, right? And I also looked at CoinGlass and I saw how a lot of people are trading this. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this as well. So I opened a 10x with a nice little, pot there as a backup. So I didn't put the whole amount, but I did enough, right? So just in case I get liquidated, or to prevent liquidation, I've got cross margin. So at least it's going to pull margin out in order to keep me in the trade, because I knew this is going to be okay. Day one, it was a bit bad. Day two, boom, I'm back up again, right? So I've accumulated a little bit more to the point where now my current holding is 100% profit, but it's equal to the amount I originally started with. Of course, my initial's out. That means I'm back in cash. But now I have coins that I didn't pay for. So since then, I've been taking a little bit more risk. I've been doing a little bit, like I'm not doing too much, like 10, 20%, 30%, whatever. And doing a bit of leverage trades. But I'm going to stop, right? I'm going to stop because I don't intend to do leverage. But the idea is what I've done with the funds, right? I've technically, so the coin itself, since I've been tracking it, has done a 3x, 300% since I've been tracking it, right? That's no joke. I've been tracking it since it was 9 cents and it's currently at 28 cents. That's a 3x, guaranteed 3x, right? Done that. But I've actually done 6x on it, right? How insane is that? I've actually done a 6x on a 3x coin. Now, the reason I'm focused a lot on this, right? BTC was stagnant, right? Not stagnant, BTC did 100%, which is fine, right? But after that, it was kind of stagnant. Ethereum kind of almost did another 100%, but again, it was stagnant. It wasn't really making me much money. So I'm just sitting there and I'm hoping and I'm praying. I'm like, I don't want that gas. I don't want hopium. So what am I going to do, right? I need to get in there and I need to make a little bit of money. I need to accumulate a little bit of money. And of course, once I make enough free money, I can then deploy that and buy whatever I want. So it doesn't matter if BTC goes to 50K today, right? What matters is, do I have I made, say, 1K into 5K? Right? That's what matters. Because if I buy BTC right now and it goes to 50K, my 1K isn't really going to be worth 5K, right? I'm just giving you basic maths here. It's not going to be 5K. But if I can do it in another asset, right? And I'm not promoting anything. That's why I haven't given you any name apart from BTC and Ethereum, right? I'm not going to mention anything here. Guys, I don't do shilling and this and that, right? But a lot of you guys who follow me on Discord and whatnot in the actual main group, you know what I'm talking about, right? So that's how I looked at it. I was like, okay, if I can make a little bit more money or double, triple, 10x my money, then I've got 10 times more than I started with, right? So it's the power of how much funding you have. Now, the funding, say for example, I've done a 6x on this, right? I would have probably done 1.4, 1.5x on BTC right now. So just simple maths. If I bought BTC, right, on that day, and I bought it, sold it, and traded it, I would have taken a lot more risk. Obviously, the volatility is a lot higher right now because of where we are in the market. But I would have played with a very small amount and my margins would have been very small. It wasn't been something really, really big, right? So it's not big win, big loss, right? None of that business. and it wasn't calculated because BTC is a little bit more unpredictable right now. I mean, of course, we're predicting higher numbers where the next bounces are going to be, where the next supports are going to be, where the next resistance is going to be. We're tracking all of those. That's fine. We can do that. That is something that we can predict, right? But the pattern wasn't there. You don't know when it's going to happen. You don't know what day it's going to happen. You don't see a clear psychological pattern happening right now. You know, these pumps and dumps that are happening every single day in a particular coin. You don't see that, right? So I saw that and I was like, okay, that's what I want to focus on. That's where I want to make the money. And I've done 6x. That means that if I bought like BTC at that same time, right now BTC would have given me about 20% more profit, right? BTC would have given me about 20%, maybe 20%, maybe a bit less actually, 20%. But with this one, I've done 600%, right? 600%. So I've got 6 times the money that I wanted, right? 6 times the money. Actually, if I take away my 1x, because that's the initial, then right now I've got 5x. So I've done 1k into 5k rather than doing 1k into 1.2k. Do you know what I mean? So that's how I did the maths, right? And then I'm looking at a pattern. I'm saying, right, okay, this has the potential to grow even further. So if I can leave a little bit on the side and let that grow as well, then if the potential, like if this coin goes to like 50, 60 cents, 70 cents, maybe even $1, then whoa, I've just 9x my money there, but that total amount would be far higher. And that is something I won't be able to do in the BTC. Of course, I'm not talking about my hodling portfolio. That's a different story, guys. When I make profits, I usually put a little bit of stash in my hodling portfolio, right? Hodling portfolio is very important, right? Hodl portfolio, you put a little bit, you leave it aside, you don't look at it, right? So I do that, right? But my intention here wasn't to make money with spot BTC because that wasn't going to be the game, right? But I looked at something more lucrative and a little bit more safe for me to be in and out, right? I just kind of weighed the risk and I was like, okay, the risk is high, but if I can time it perfectly in the reds, out on the greens, I'm okay. And that's what I've been doing. And you can actually do it on hourly time frame, 4-hourly time frame, 8-hourly, doesn't matter. I've normally been doing it on a 4-hourly and an hourly time frame, getting in and out, right? And of course, any coins that I've accumulated over that time, I usually just leave it there, and that's there on a spot account. So that value is also increasing as well. So I do get a nice little reflection on the spot. So that's what I've been doing, you know. But it was just basic maths. That's all it is, guys. Just basic maths I've been using, and yeah, just kind of making some pocket change, right? That's what I call it. I call it pocket change, right? I call it pocket change. Do you know what I mean? I mean, for me to make some decent amount of money on BTC right now, like take 1 BTC and make it into 10 BTC, I'll have to risk 1 BTC, all right? I have to risk 1 BTC, you know, and believe me, I don't want to burn or risk any BTC. So I won't risk my BTC, right? Whatever I've got right now, I want to hodl that because I've lost enough. I've lost enough through multiple situations that I've had in the past few years and even longer, right? So I've been stupid. I've trusted wrong people. I've had wrong association, bad partnerships, you name it, everything, right? Not forgetting the pandemic that we had, right? Which actually I ended up burning a lot of my crypto in order to kind of keep open my business, right? And all sorts. So, you know, shit happens anyway. I'm not too concerned. But right now, I don't want to burn a single BTC. I want to accumulate more and more BTC. But if I want to do this, I need cash. And if I need cash, I need to make the cash fast as possible and wait for a correction in BTC. And then I'm going to buy whatever. So buy the dip basically, right? And I'm going to move on from there. But yeah, other than that, guys, I don't want to make this video too long. I mentioned that before as well. So with No Central, let me tell you a little bit about No Central. So I've spent like kind of yesterday a few hours in the night, right? I spent a few hours on No Central, the Discord server, and I've put a few bots and bits and bobs on, right? So the bots are doing what they need to do. There's a leveling system. A lot of people want to be the OG and whatnot, right? Great, go ahead. I don't have a problem. We have just over 500 members since we launched the Discord server yesterday. So that's great. We've got a nice little growth coming up there. The Twitter channel hasn't grown, right? But that's because a lot of people are just jumping onto Discord. I understand, and it's absolutely fine. I would love to see more engagement on Twitter as well. That would really take it further. I have done a shout out on Discord and said, like, guys, if you want to be a moderator, if you want to be a developer, you know, you're a developer, you're a designer, whatever you are, right? you're welcome to let me know and participate in the project, in developing this project further. And I will discuss the further details that I have, the plans that I have, right? Because one thing we haven't done is published any white paper, any roadmap, anything like this yet. But I will be doing that very soon, right? I'm just waiting for the right numbers, the right time for me to start doing it. In fact, I've got an FAQ section set up there where I'm going to be starting to publish a few FAQs. So that way, people who are asking me questions will get all of the answers sent to them there and there, right? So that, yeah, that's going to make things a little bit more easy, and I want to see how the community does. Because listen, the fact is, right, and this is no joke, right, and I'm not being rude to anybody or anything like this, or disrespectful to anybody. The fact is, right, 500 plus people on Discord, right, that server, and in total we got about 700 wallets right now. You wouldn't get 700 people coming there to go and do a pre-sale or buy your crypto. You ain't gonna get that. Come on, let's be real. All of these people are there for freebies, right? They want freebies, right? And all I'm asking is take the freebies, but if you are capable of giving something back, it will be highly appreciated, to the point where if it benefits the project and the project then starts gaining momentum and is worth something, then you will also be compensated, right? I mean, how much fair can you be, right? That's like the fairest thing ever. So that's that. And of course, I mean, anyone who's coming in now, I'll put some links on the bottom for the Discord server and the smart contract chain as well, so you can see what's really going on. Now, I want to drop one other thing here. I talked about making a meme coin, right? So that meme coin idea is pretty fascinating, because I have a few things planned for the meme coin. It's going to be really, really interesting. So it's like going to be one of those like a rewarding coin, right? So for example, imagine you have a coin, you have participated and probably do an airdrop, whatever, but you have a coin where every time someone buys, the holders globally, every single holder earns automatically. When you sell, right, everybody earns automatically. When you buy, everybody earns automatically. I mean, imagine how crazy that will be, right? So I've thought about something, and I thought this might be worthwhile, but it's not going to be as simple as what I did on Optimism, right? This one I'll probably do on Arbitrum or something, or maybe BSC, right? I prefer to do it on Arbitrum, but whatever, doesn't matter. We'll pick something and we'll do it. Now, this is what I want to tell you guys. If you guys have sent your MetaMask wallet for the current airdrop for No Central, then you don't really have to send a new address, right? You don't have to send a new address as long as it's MetaMask, right? Any other coins, projects, I'm not sure how they do, like, I mean, they're all usually the same anyway, because usually your same Ethereum address is, you know, as long as it's EVM, the same address works on all of them, right? So you don't have to send another address. If we do an airdrop or any kind of a competition or whatnot reward system, then we can actually use what do you call this, the same wallet address. So please don't repeat it, right? I'll have a list, and those people who have participated on this one, you'll also, if there's any rewards or anything we announce, you will also get that as well, right? So that's what I wanted to say at the end. This is 23 minutes already. Damn, I don't know how I do this, right? I was intending to be there for like 13 minutes. It's 23 minutes. I'm gonna make this in longer. What I'm gonna do is catch you on another one very soon. Please do like, share, and subscribe, right? If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button, and like, so the YouTube algorithm at least gets to know what's going on. Comment and share with one another if you want them to be a part of this community, right? Because you know what? I've had enough of not really putting my back into this community. Now I am, right? Now I'm going ballistic, and it took me just one impulse move to do this, right? Of course, if you watch yesterday's video, it will make total sense what happened, right? Why I got so annoyed, and I then decided to just basically go ballistic, right? So that's that. Sorry about the lighting. Hope the audio is good. I'm using a slightly different microphone today. And I'm driving. I've been driving on the motorway this whole time. That's why it was pitch black, right? Coming to civilization now. But other than that, listen, catch you guys on another one very soon. Adios, my amigos.